Hello again, friends, foes, and Ida knows. Well, it's another video of mine, and this one's a pretty special one because it's the first video I've made. Oh my goodness, it's the first video I've made since I've known that I'm gonna take on a super cool project that's going to be out in early to mid-June, so keep an eye out for that. It's really ambitious, and I know it is, but I'm taking it on full well knowing that I will complete it to the best of my abilities. Anyway, into the actual video. I was drawing one of my characters here. I don't know when this was recorded, but from the looks of it, it might have been December. I have no idea, because my art was so inconsistent back then, and it still is. I don't think I've drawn an actual real fully rendered drawing since yesterday when I was working on the project that I'd mentioned before. Yeah, so this might have been either December or February. I have no idea. And yes, I am recording it outside. Why not spend some time outside? I like doing that. I figured I'm already here and it's not too annoyingly loud, so I'll just get it over with. Yeah. This was gonna be an important part of her lore, the character's lore, but that did not end up happening. It has very little to do with the lore anymore. It's more of like a filler, maybe, this is cute thing, but it's not to be regarded as canon to her story. And yes, I finally started drafting out ideas and planning on her story. Oh my goodness, the wind is killing me. I'm sorry. There's not too much I can do. I can try to go and transfer this to Audacity, but there's no guarantee that that's gonna do much. Anyway, yeah. I finally started drafting out her story, and it's a really cute thing. It's kind of sad, and it's really based off something that I wrote a few years ago when I was pretty new to the English language. I still don't speak English as much as I probably should, but yeah, I'm much better as goodness. I'm not giving myself any good word by saying this. But yeah, I'm much better than I was in 2018. Like, I could barely form a proper sentence in 2018. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I drew this with my finger. Yeah, I drew this with my finger. It doesn't look great, actually. There's a lot of things that I would go back and fix, but no. I'm not gonna, fiddle with things that are less than a year old, because I just want, there's not as much progress there, if that makes sense. I haven't grown as much since December that I would have since, January of last year. That's when I would start redrawing stuff, because a year brings progress. It brings so many things. It brings bad weather, and it brings friends, and the works. Is that how it's used? I have no idea. I'm sorry. But yeah, it just brings lots of crazy stuff. And with the new project that I had spoken about earlier in the video, I will be posting more often. It'll most likely be once per week, if I can get everything edited by then, because I've seen some creators with similar types of video styles that I'm going for be posting pretty consistently like 10 years ago, and now they're completely burnt out of their own story and they haven't written anything for like 7-ish years, and they haven't posted one of those types of videos in like 10. And I don't want to end up like that. So after the first 3-ish or 4-ish, I'll try to keep a decent backlog. But after the first 3-ish or 4-ish, I think that I'm going to take it slow from there. So it won't be once every week. It'll be like once every 2 to 3 weeks. Depending on how busy I get and how much editing it takes, because I do know it can take quite a lot. The project itself, I've had some people ask, oh, is it the narration of Rogues, one of my stories that is pretty ambitious, but nope, it's not Rogues. I'm not going to say the name of the story that I'm not working on it. I didn't write it. It was written by someone else, but I'm just like adding my own interpretation to it, voicing it, putting possibly music in the back of it, if I can figure that out in time. And then, of course, the art and the occasional little 2-second animation of, oh, this character said something silly. I like that. I'm gonna make like a small, cute thing. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't want to end up burnt out, because this story has, dragged me, goodness, English! It has dragged me through everywhere. Highs, lows, everywhere. And I found myself rereading it pretty much constantly this past month or so. And I finally got the guts to go up and ask, like, hey, can I do my own interpretation? I don't think I sounded very nice in that comment. I hope I sounded very nice, but the author took it very well, and they were like, oh my goodness, yeah. So, yeah, and they said that it gave them motivation to start writing it again, because nice things are nice things for a reason. And I don't feel like I would be doing a nice thing keeping how much I like this story to myself. Does that make sense? Like, if I really liked the story, I wouldn't just shush about it. Yeah. So pretty much I asked them, they said yes. I might have ordered a strangely cheap microphone off of the internet. I don't know if it's gonna come to me looking like an absolute wreck, because I'm gonna tell you that thing was less than $30. US dollars. Less than $30 US. I don't know if it's gonna come to me looking kind of kooky and weird, but I'm gonna try and work with anything I've got, because, you know, I want to try and do this story some justice. It has 58 chapters, and it's like 323,000-ish words as of now, which, goodness, as of right now, like, not even counting all of the cut out parts and all of the parts that I haven't put into a digital format yet, I only have, in the actual document that I use and I copy paste for everything in Rogues, I have about 75,000 words, and that's over the span of almost 4 years. Of course, I was working on other projects then, but of course, this person who wrote this story has like 10 other stories, one of which is like 2 million words and not even finished. I do not understand. And they said they work full time. How do you get all of that done with a full-time job? I could never understand that. Or maybe that's just me with how I only have short little bursts where I'm wanting to get everything done. And then there's those other bursts where I just physically cannot get anything done. And it feels like a physical attack whenever I try to get up and get anything done. I don't know what that is. I'm not really in the mood to go trying to pin anything on me. Being like, yeah, I know it's something to be addressed, and I've been addressing it, but it's just something I can't really change. But yeah, it's just motivation and stuff. But they say they have all this stuff, and I don't understand. I do not understand. Maybe it's something that just comes with experience, and I should start writing more, because I have been working on some other stories lately. Some other stories that probably, like this character in the drawing story, that will not see the public for another 4-ish years if I ever get the confidence to go ahead and do whatever and show the world what total awesomeness I have in the store. But yeah, there's several of those, several different stories that I don't think we'll ever get to. Oh no, these were my relatively nice shoes. Sorry, my fence nagged on my arm and my shoe. Now it's got a tear in it. It's fine. All my shoes have tears in them. But these were the pretty ones. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna just leave them. What was I talking about? I don't know. Most of my videos are unscripted. But do know that I will make an effort to not have any of these goofy slip-ups in the project. I'm not gonna have any and unless it's specifically stated in the writing that I have to say that. And I'm not gonna say any goofy stuff. I'm not gonna take any awkward long breaks. I'm going to make an effort, and if that does end up happening, because knowing me, it will end up happening, I will make an effort to edit whatever that is out and stop it from happening again, because I want to do this story justice. I think I've said this several times. I'm not going to say the actual story's name, but if you look close enough, if you even just look at the community tab, you'll know which one it is. I want to do it justice, and I don't want to sit here looking like a circus conductor, even though those guys are cool. And oh my gosh, I have a clown story. But that's another video. That'll probably be July, if I can get my act together. July or August, if I can get my act together, get all the clips together, actually turn the character designs into digital format, because I don't have those yet, and I can explain everything, and I can be cool. I can be like those bigger content creators with all of their nice videos, and it's a process. I know it's a process, but I've been making stuff like this for what feels like ever. Like, must have been, I don't know, like, I seriously do not know. I think the first time I started getting any sort of attention was late 2019. I know that's not that long ago. That was only like 5 years ago. But 5 years of experience. There's people with 5 years of experience in like the doctor field and yada yada, and they've got all of this stuff, and I'm over here being so unprofessional that I don't even have a proper microphone, and I'm just recording this on my phone. And my other videos from last year were all recorded on my cruddy little Surface from like 2011 with the cracked screen and that can barely handle having one tab open. I seriously do not know what is wrong with that computer, and I refuse to buy a new one. And the only reason I bought that microphone was because it was a refurbished one. So I think that might have played into why the price was so low. I just genuinely don't know. But I'm going to just go with it. I'm going to go with everything. I'm going to do everything I can. I'm going to make all my stuff so cool, and so cool, in fact, that I can't say, oh my gosh, that was so uncool. Even though I'm probably going to look back on this in 5 years and be like, ew, what?